Okay, guys, so today we are going to be talking about a new unit, starting a new unit. It's over circles and composite figures. So today we're going to talk about comparing measurements first, okay? This we went over this a little bit when we did our proportions unit and a couple of our other units, but it comes back into play in this unit, so we're going to talk about it a little bit more. So this is when we compare two different types of measurements, like miles to kilometers or liters to gallons, things like that. Okay, so the first thing you want to do here is to determine what measurements are we using. Are we using miles and kilometers? Are we using inches and centimeters? Which two measurements are we including? Okay, and then we write our proportion and we solve, just like we would any other proportion. Okay, so let's do some examples. Jamal has a foot that measures 12 inches, so his foot is 12 inches long. Okay, so 12 inches. If there are 2.54 centimeters in 1 inch, what is the length of Jamal's foot in centimeters? Okay, so I know I'm comparing these two measurements, and I have centimeters and I have inches. So I'm going to put centimeters on top and inches on bottom. You can do the other way as long as the numbers are correct. So I'm going to look at this part right here first, 2.5 centimeters in 1 inch. So that is one comparison over here on the left side, okay? Because these relate to each other. And then we know his foot measures 12 inches, and we want to know how long in centimeters his foot is. Okay, so that's what we have here. So how long his foot is in centimeters, how long his foot is in inches, and then how many inches are in a centimeter. Okay, so we multiply and then divide. So here I'm only going to have to multiply because dividing by 1 gives me the same answer. So I'm going to do 2.54 times 12. Okay, 4 times 2 gives me 8. 5 times 2 gives me 10. Carry the 1. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. Okay, then I put my 0. And then start again. 4 times 1 is 4. 1 times 5 is 5. And 1 times 2 is 2. Okay, 8 plus 0 is 8. 4 plus 0 is 4. 5 plus 5 is 10. And 2 plus 1 is 3. Okay, but that's not the answer because there's two numbers. If we look at it, there's two numbers after the decimal. So I need to put two numbers down here after the decimal place. So the answer would be 30.48 centimeters would be how long his foot is in centimeters if it was 12 inches long. Okay. So we're going to do one more example, and then you will be working on your assignment for today. Okay, so next example. Meredith decides to take a drive from Temple to Houston. Okay, the distance between the two cities is 171 miles. If there are about 5 miles in every 8 kilometers, what is the distance between Temple and Houston in kilometers? So I have miles and I have kilometers here, right? So on top, I'm going to put miles. I'm just going to put an M. And on the bottom, I'm going to put kilometers. So I'm just going to write KM. Okay. So I like to look for in every, out of, for each, or in. That will give me my first point. So I have 5 miles in every 8 kilometers. So 5 miles in every 8 kilometers. Okay, and the distance between the two cities is 171 miles. Okay, and we're trying to find how much the distance is between those cities in kilometers. So that's where my X goes. Okay, so we're going to multiply first. 8 times 171, so 171 times 8. 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 7 is 56. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 5 is 13. Okay, and then I divide by that 5. So I'm going to do 5 goes into 1, 3, 6, 8. Okay, 5 can't go into 1, so we go to 5 into 13, which is 2, because 5 times 2 is 10. 13 minus 10 is 3. Bring down my 6. 5 goes into 36 7 times, because 7 times 5 is 35. 36 minus 35 is 1. Bring down my 8. 5 goes into 18 3 times. Oops, that was a bad 3. 3 times. Okay, 3 times 5 is 15. So I'm going to do it over here. 18 minus 15 is 3. And then I need to put a decimal point and a 0 and bring that 0 down over here. Okay? And 5 goes into 36 times. Okay, so my answer is 273.6 kilometers. Okay, and that's the answer. And that's all you got to do, guys. Okay, we're just setting up proportions here and solving. Okay, a lot of times because these have multiple choice answers on it, you can eliminate some of them because we can tell if there's more kilometers in every mile, then the miles should always be smaller than the kilometers. Okay, because 5 miles are in 8 kilometers, so the kilometers should always be bigger than the miles. Okay, so use your reasoning to eliminate some answers and then solve your proportions. Okay, make sure you do your work and your assignment that I've put into Google Classroom. If you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of me. Thanks. Bye.